Hello and welcome to the St Kilda and Bayside report. It is May 2017 and I am Gary Pearce.
And I'm Jeremy Rosens.
You are indeed, Jeremy, and how's the market treating you?
Market is good, Gary.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of great weeks. April was an interesting month though, Gary.
Well,
it was pulled apart by many a long weekend.
Having said that, it was our best April
Yes, it
on
was.
record for all of our offices.
Yes,
St Kilda,
indeed.
well done.
Thank you.
For the current best small office in Victoria. I don't
That
know
would
if
be
we've said
St Kilda, is
before.
that the same
Would
thing?
be,
Yes.
for Caulfield.
Yes.
Which
Which is the large office of
I wasn't going to
the
say
year.
anything, but now you've said it. And Carnegie, one of the finalists in Office of the Year as well.
Indeed.
So well done to all of our team and to all of our office, and thank you to all of our clients who
And I think
put
if
us
I'm
in a
not
position to
mistaken-
enable that to happen.
Yes, thank you to them, of course,
Yeah.
because without them, they are the lifeblood of our
They are.
organisation.
They are
A
the
couple
petrol
of
that
best
keeps our
months.
car going.
Okay, Gary.
Yeah, go on.
A couple of best months for some St Kilda people, if I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
absolutely.
Both Limor and Nikki.
Yes.
Limor Herskovich and Nikki Janover.
Yes.
Well done to both of you.
They've
Lovely
been around
ladies.
a long time, haven't they?
They have, and
Anyway.
still had their best April on record.
Let's get away from the boasting because
Yes.
people are watching.
It's not
this. They don't-
boasting,
They
it's
don't
just
really
acknowledgements,
care.
Gary,
It is
acknowledgements.
acknowledgements. But it is a good representation of what's going on in the real estate market.
It
Because the
is.
market is strong.
Yes.
Things are selling well. The competition is still there. Some interesting things. We're right in an interesting shift right now,
Yes, a
Jeremy, aren't we?
phase, Gary.
We're in an interesting shift in terms of certain requirements and things that are happening that are affecting the industry.
Well, the
Firstly-
viewers would know because they would have watched you a couple of weeks ago on the mothership show
Yes,
GPTV,
they probably-
where you
they probably
where you
should
and
have.
Adam went through
We tore it
all
apart.
of that. You did tear it apart. Tear it apart, rather.
we tore
I only
it
got to the
apart.
4-minute mark before
Is
I
that
switched
right?
off because
Fair enough.
I don't have the patience for listening to both of you
Well,
two
it's-
clowns dribble.
That's longer than it usually takes, which is good. But we are in a new regime of
are.
price guides,
Yes.
and in the attempt of the Andrews government to outlaw and stamp out underquoting and to bring more transparency. So, with that, I think that is a very, very good concept, Jeremy. I think
As
this
a
is
concept,
great.
it is, Gary.
It is. How it comes through, who knows? There'll still be properties that will sell for in excess of the prices expected.
Well, you
because
can't
that's
stop
the
that,
nature.
Gary.
You can't stop competition. The laissez-faire economy, Jeremy, you cannot stop that because people will still compete for good properties. Having said that, though, it will bring a greater level of alliance between what vendors have indicated they'll accept
Yes.
and they'll want and take, and what agents are telling the buyers. And of course, this is something that we have done for a number of years as our good practice. We have always indicated to our buyers, this is what the vendors have indicated that they may accept. But there's always changes, isn't there? That's the thing, the exceptions get in the way because,
They do.
hey, Jeremy, what happens if you're selling and all of a sudden the day before your auction, you see something similar to yours sell for $100,000 more than you would have taken or expected, and you say to the agent, I want that extra
Correct.
$100,000. Who can stamp that out or change
You
it?
cannot. But
You
one
can
thing
have
that it does do
Yep.
also, Gary, for the buyers out there, it is a level playing field from
Yes.
agent to agent.
That's true too.
Assuming that everyone is abiding by this new
Well,
regulation
that's
and
right.
law.
Hopefully people
Which
are.
again, there will be renegades amongst them.
People flagrantly breaking the rules, but we are sticking to the rules as we do,
As we
and
do.
That will be the situation. Now, the other thing that's happening, Jeremy...
That's because we broke all the laws when we were kids, so we don't
that-
need to anymore
is that
because we're
right?
adults now.
Well, you were, constantly being...
because you were such a...
I was
you
an
were
angel,
like
wasn't
a
I?
little
Yes, and Philip Kingston, another angel.
Weezo child of the year, you were, Gary.
I was an angel. Now, tell me something, Jeremy, if you will. The other thing that's changing is going to be the stamp duty on the 1st of July. So where the law is changing, so people are going to get significant stamp duty concessions if you're a first home buyer. And,
Yes.
and what the government's done...
I do believe you need to be sub a certain price point, though. That if
Well,
I'm
it's
not
all the way up to
mistaken, Gary.
$750.
Yeah.
So if you're a first home buyer buying
Well, I
anything
think
up to
it's
$750,
tiered up to 750. I
it
think
is
it stops
tiered.
at 600 and then tiers from 650 to 7,
It
6
does.
to 750.
It does. Maybe next time we'll bring up the chart and show
Maybe
it.
we'll
but-
get it right next time, Gary.
But what we do know is that people can save, tens of thousands of dollars on this new stamp duty saving. What the government's done is as simple as this. They're saying, Mr. Rosens, you own a number of properties. We're just going to take from you through land tax and we're going to give to this person who hasn't bought yet.
It's
That is
always
exactly
coming
what it is.
from somewhere.
It is coming from
It's not
somewhere.
coming from the ground, Gary.
The multiple property owners are being slammed and actually beaten with heavy land taxes, sometimes times 5, times 6. And they are now getting the benefit of the funds across to first home buyers.
Now, the last time,
That's
Gary,
where the
you
land
will
tax.
recall...
Sorry, that's where the stamp duty break is for first home buyers. Not sure we were specific about that, but we need to be.
No, you
first
were.
home buyers.
You were
yes.
specific.
Okay.
In amongst all of that dribble, you did
Yep.
say those words.
Something sensible.
However,
Yep.
you were around the last time there were stamp duty concessions, and
Yes.
if my memory serves me correctly, Gary,
Yep.
the only thing that happened
Yeah.
is it kicked the market even more, and it almost priced out a lot of first home buyers because what people did is they were saving 7
Yep.
and bidding 10, 20, 30 more to buy it.
So probably the heading for the show will be the new stamp duty savings. Will they cost buyers more? Because at the end of the
Do
day,
you really think that would be
that's what
like
happened.
a headline
We'll
act?
put
that
something
one?
like that. Well, I think.
Why don't we say something about Daniel Andrews?
Yeah. And don't say what you're going to say.
And then have some
It was rude.
expletives and some exclamation marks. And
Do you know I'm supposed to be
he's
playing?
great, is he?
I'm supposed to play golf with him. With
Yeah,
Daniel
well, I
Andrews,
can
because
tell you what to do with the club.
Yeah, Philip was a charity golf day. He was a charity auction. He bought, and you wouldn't believe who he bought it from. It's a great story because he bought it from Gina Rhineheart. He actually bought
His old mate Gina.
Yeah, he was Gina. They go back. He bought a charity golf day, and for 4 with me to play with Daniel Andrews. I still haven't followed it up. It cost us a fortune. Anyway, should we talk about what's happening in the marketplace?
Let's, Gary, because we've talked not a lot about anything that's got to do with what the viewers want to hear, which is what's coming up for sale and what's sold, Gary.
We are like the Seinfeld of real estate, a show about nothing, isn't it?
It's worse than nothing.
show
It's
about
about something, but there's nothing. There's no content.
Now
we're just making a scene everywhere here, Gary.
Hey,
Don't
Jess,
worry about it.
Hey, Jess, last time we met, we were in Eildon Road.
Jeez, were we what?
We were in Eildon Road, and it all happened there. Do you want to take us
It
through that?
was a fiery auction. It was good fun, you know. I had Philip Kingston in the corner, who
was watching him.
It's a bit
Intimidating,
unnerving for me to have Philip there because
Yeah.
he's somewhat of a mentor for all the auctioneers in our company, myself included. And when I see him out of the corner of my eye, it just sends shivers through my spine. And then when he starts to kind of look at me and kind of, critique me and did I hand the chocolates out correctly and all of this sort of nonsense. But nevertheless, I overcame that.
He does the same to me. Last time we came to my house, he goes, "Oh, you went through the contract for too long," and gave me a hard time as well. He likes to do that. I reckon we should. I mean, not that we don't tear him apart every weekend.
No, it's just we don't do it publicly. Although this is a great forum, I must say.
It is. Eildon Road sold. I reckon it's much better us both teaming up and bagging him than each other, isn't it? Let's just make that the theme in future weeks. Jeremy, Eildon Road sold for $1,190,000. That was really strong.
Very competitive
What
reserve,
were you expecting
around
there?
$1 million.
Yeah, well, that was you were quoting up to $1 million. So
We
it's
were.
a perfectly compliant sale.
From a compliance point of view, Gary, Daniel Andrews, we ticked all those
You
boxes.
would love us for that one.
But what we were guilty of, Gary,
It's getting too much for the
is
vendor.
getting a great price for our owners. And
yes, guilty as
competitive
charged.
auction, 4 or 5 bidders there, and $190,000 in excess of our vendors' expectations, which is always exciting.
Congratulations to the vendor on a great sale, but congratulations
And
to the
Gary,
buyer. on
another
something
real estate
special.
agent that we sold for. I don't think he wants to be named.
No. Yeah, we are the agent's agent, aren't we?
We do.
We
We do sell a
sell.
lot.
We've got a long list of properties that we sell for other real estate agents. Actually, they employ us, which is a great compliment. And it means that we must know what we're doing. We think Lansdowne Road, Jeremy, that was a terrific sale, but it's
That was actually
undisclosed.
sold before
Yeah.
auction, Gary, undisclosed, but I can
doesn't help
tell
anyone.
viewers that we were quoting 570 to 630. And I
Sold
think it's
for
fair
more
to
than
say
that.
that it's above that price.
Shirley Grove, another one undisclosed. That was a great result. How many bidders were there at
Gary,
Shirley Grove?
it's been a couple of minutes and you haven't even said what
Surely
you normally
you can't
say.
be serious. What a competitive auction,
That's an
Jeremy.
interesting auction there, and there's a bit of a tale to that because we sold a comparable property in the same block, a level or two up, slightly more, significantly more renovated for something around the 585 mark about 2 or 3 months ago. And this one sold with 3 bidders.
Yeah, for an undisclosed price.
An undisclosed price, although it was in the high fives.
Okay.
And it was more than
Okay.
the one that we other one sold.
There you
And
go.
something interesting happened at that auction.
Yes.
And I don't think the buyer will be watching this show, but I
no.
think it's worth noting, Gary.
Yes, the buyer flew off with the F-bomb and also with
A couple of
another
Cs
one,
in there as well.
and
Directed at everyone within earshot.
auctioneers, bidders, attendees.
Didn't even want the chocolates that I offered him.
No,
Gave
told
them
you.
to the woman next to him, and then
told
she didn't
you,
take it, and he called her something as well.
Exactly.
And he didn't miss anyone at that auction.
Well, I reckon, could he be, because there are rules
Yes,
of the
there
auction
are.
that says that, you're not allowed to
Yeah,
disrupt.
prohibit others from bidding.
Yeah,
There are fines for that
and
conduct,
did he,
Gary.
and does that prohibit other than bidding when you call them and, all those names? And those,
Yep.
I'm not sure.
Gary. Can we
Anyway.
put those little when we say it? Can we say what he said and then chop it out?
With a beep?
Maybe
No,
not.
We won't
It's
do
probably
that.
a little bit too.
We don't have the budget for it.
much, no.
For the show, 27 Robe Street. Well, we've almost sold that. It's
We
pretty
have
close.
almost sold it. We're not far away, Gary, I'm pleased to say. We've
Sticker
got an
will be up there.
international vendor who is waiting by his phone at odd hours to find out when this
one of
deal
the
goes
feature
through.
sales and feature properties, one of the best properties to be sold in the area, in the Balaclava Kilda East area. Jeremy was the property in Blenheim Street. What a cracker auction. And I did come along and watch you do the auction there. And I thought
But
you did a
you
fine job.
didn't intimidate me,
I
Gary.
don't.
You sat
I'm
there
not that
and you
guy.
actually did something that you should be doing, which was assisting me. In fact, you made it even more fun because we took the absolute you-know-what out of you.
Yeah,
But
you
you
did.
did a great job, and it was good having you there. What a house, though, Gary.
Great house, great result,
Wasn't
record price,
unbelievable.
beautiful property. Congratulations to the delightful buyers and to the vendors. And well done to Nikki and Lamore, who did such a fine job as they
Do you know
always
they're
do.
racking up quite a number of this top-end Eastern Kilda sales, Gary. That would
$2.5
be the
million
fifth or sixth that's well in excess of $2 million. They are the go-to ladies in St Kilda if you've got a high-end property.
They are indeed well
Absolutely.
called. 398 Inkerman Street has not yet been sold.
We're not far away though, Gary.
1,980,000. I hope that we'll have that sold sticker up in a couple of days. Watch that space and that board.
Good home, happening. Good home.
Indeed. And on the weekend, we did sell another one in that circa
another
around
one
$2 million.
More.
But it's undisclosed. But it was circa around that. Because,
you could say that, Gary.
It was somewhere in
and
that
it was
zone.
competed for.
Hotly contested for.
Hotly.
And how's what Philip did at that auction? Can you believe it? Do you know what he did at that auction? Were you there?
I'm afraid to even be told.
Yeah, so he's gone to the buyer. Oh, you know, Attica's around the corner. It's one of the best restaurants.
I know where this is going.
You know where it's going. And he goes, hey, if you buy this house, we're going to give you dinner for two at Attica, which is fine, except it's like $1,000. So good on you, Phil. Doesn't matter. It's coming out.
I hope he's hungry. That's all I can say.
It's coming out of the St Kilda office.
Well, it's not because he didn't have my permission. I didn't sign off on that sort of nonsense, Gary.
Let's keep moving on to some of the offerings that we've got because we've got a smorgasbord of fine offerings, Jeremy.
Smattering.
Smattering. We are in Carrington Grove, the same address of Ripponlea State School where I went to school.
That is correct, Gary.
Where I got my education.
I'm surprised
not
they
much
haven't
of it.
put they've actually taken down the hazardous chemical signs now. The men in white suits have disappeared. It's like when you buy a petrol station, you can't do anything to it for years because it's contaminated.
It was contaminated, and for me and those grotty kids that I used to hang out with. But
Just
look,
you, Gary.
There's nothing grotty about this house. So this is a beautiful looking period home.
Isn't it?
Take us through it because it comes up
Well,
for auction.
Gary,
at
picture
10:30.
postcard perfect facade there, as we've mentioned previously. A beautiful, gorgeous Edwardian single-fronted weatherboard there. Got a great range of 125 to 1375, Gary. And you will find there are anywhere between 3 and 4 spacious bedrooms, 1.5 bathrooms, and of course off-street parking for one car in a location, Gary, that is hard to beat in Carrington Grove.
Second to none. I reckon that's pretty good value actually in that range. 157 Alma Road represents great first home buyer opportunity, or if you're upgrading from an apartment or even downgrading for something bigger.
I believe the bodyguard's selling that. Tim Smith from the
is
Caulfield
selling
office.
That
Security,
one,
as I like to refer to him as.
Yeah, he's a very
big boy.
Very big boy, very solid and strong is Tim. But 157 Alma goes up. We're looking between 900 and 990. It may sell before auction. There's a chance
it
it'll
may,
happen.
Gary.
But if it doesn't get sold for auction when you see this, come on down and
very nice period
check it
home,
out.
Gary. Attached, as you say, 9 to 990, and great accommodation with 2 or 3 bedrooms. Flexibility there, the 2 bathrooms and the 1 off-street car park as well.
What's that? 9 to 990. Say?
I didn't say no. Don't put words. I said 9 to 990.
It sounded like Nina song 99 Luftballons. You know that.
It did have a bit of loft balloons to it, Gary.
Ballonspielen. We are in Charnwood Road for a block of apartments, generational opportunity, incredible investment.
Gary.
What a great looking property this is, Jeremy. Now, I know that you've been busy with Daniel from your office and also Rafi.
Yes.
All combining forces to represent this incredible property.
Well, we are the block specialist, Gary. We are the block
This
specialists
is our
in both office.
61st
This is our
block.
61st, and we might be under wraps here. There might be a 62nd coming very shortly. We've got 12 spacious 2-bedroom apartments. In Charnwood Road, which is Gary,
one of the most beautiful streets.
It is the most gorgeous street, tree-lined avenue, right in the heart of one of the best suburbs in Melbourne, St Kilda, Gary. 12 of them going up for auction. We're expecting a bit of interest, Gary, somewhere around $5 million, and I think it's great buying. Whether you buy, invest, whether you patch and paint and put them back on the market, it's up to you. But that is going to be an exciting one, Gary. Going up on Wednesday the 17th at 2:30. I think we're going to drag the redhead. You know, we should gang up on Philip at that auction. We should just stand on either side of him and just intimidate him and just at half-time tell him what he's not doing right and how he should be better. Problem with him is
he doesn't listen.
He won't even care. Where you and I, we take it on board.
Yeah, we don't take nothing on board. No. The only thing he's taking on board is his surfboard down to Elwood to Beach Avenue because we've got an auction down there at 5 at 7 Beach Avenue, Elwood.
I think you're the Segway king, Gary.
I'm the Segway king of
Gary Pier.
Yeah, Gary Pier. Tell us about this wonderful apartment. Love the look of it.
5 at 7 Beach Street, Gary. This is an absolutely superb, top-class townhouse, we're calling it. 3 beds, 2 bath, 1 off-street car park, and it's a good-looking, sort of architecturally designed home there, Gary. And what a location in Elwood. And the run in Elwood continues, Gary.
It does indeed. That's a beautiful property. As is this property in Wilgar Street, which goes up on the same day, at the same time, actually, in fact, Jeremy. Saturday,
double auction action, Gary.
On the 27th of May at 12:30. Don't you love it when that happens?
And do you know why it's great that we can have 2 auctions at the same time? Because all of our people at all of these auctions will be well refreshed, Gary.
They will.
Why will that be?
They will be well refreshed and lubricated.
Lubricated, Gary.
Is that appropriate?
No, it's okay. It's okay.
They will. They'll be lubricated.
They'll be wetting the whistle.
They'll be wetting the whistle so they can call out the biz lice and clear clear and loud, because here we have our second coffee van, Jeremy. Let's bring it up on the screen.
Let's
Doesn't
do
look
it,
fantastic.
Gary.
Oh, loving that one.
Looks superb. You
tell us
must
about
love the fact that your name is all over vans.
well, the second one says that you know the number plate on the second
I
van.
love Gary.
Yeah, how about that? So someone loves me, which is good.
You know what we should have the number plate as?
What?
NICE1 GARY.
That's not a bad one. You know,
Thank you.
one.
Nice one, Gary.
Yeah, very good. We'll do that in the third van, maybe. Jeremy,
Why
tell
not?
us about Wilgar Street quickly. Let's move on.
Anyway, that's a beautiful renovated 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1-car apartment there in Wilgar Street. A great location. Nikki and Jennifer bringing that to the market with Limor, Kim and Dimitri Spanos.
If
the
I
team,
said to
the A-team.
if I said to you we were back in Shirley Grove, what would you say to me?
Surely you can't be serious, Gary.
But I am. 220 Shirley Grove is also going up the same day at 1:30 p.m. Nikki Janover's handling that, and you're auctioning it. She
couldn't be doing that at the same time, though, Gary, could
No,
she?
she's not. It's going at 1:30. Pay attention, Jeremy.
You
now.
said it was triple auction action there, but this
No, I
is the
didn't.
block that we have a very close affinity to,
Yeah,
Gary.
I
We
do.
love this block, but this is a 1-bedroom as differed for the other ones
Yes,
that were
it is.
2. A beautiful block, a tree-lined block, a car park in the middle.
Yeah.
It's not even a car, it's a
It's
park,
a park.
not a car park.
Not a car park, a park.
Yeah, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. That's going to be
It's a
great buying on the 27th at
Park
1:30,
for
Gary.
people, not for cars there, Jeremy. Sunday, the 28th of May, brings further auction action in Hotham Street. 5 at 94. Have a look at this one, Jeremy. You're very involved with this
I
one.
am involved. This is one of Daniel's. Daniel and I sold this some time ago, Gary. You may
Yes,
recall. It's
I
a
do
beautiful,
recall it.
beautiful
It's a ripper.
period style home.
Yep.
Beautiful, that sort of Japanese dark timber floorboards throughout the white
Yes.
walls. It is class personified, elegant
Right.
to the max. The biggest master bedroom that you'll see. It's like a ballroom, Gary. 2 bedrooms, flowing floor plan. It works perfectly, renovated, and I think we're going to get some interest well into the 7s there, Gary.
And come to that auction and we will say konnichiwa and welcome you there. Jeremy, 114 Alexander Street in Kilda Reese.
Why would we be saying konnichiwa?
Because it's Japanese inspired, you just said.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I just said the
We-
floors
no,
were dark.
You
Japanese.
said Japanese.
Yeah.
Well, you said the two together.
Well,
no.
we don't have to say konnichiwa just
Well, we
because.
can if we want to. There's no rule against it. You can't stop me. 114 Alexander Street. A great period home. Adam Josky's excited about this. I'm auctioning it. Take us through it. Great street.
Gary, you are auctioning it, and this one again, great floor plan. 2 bedrooms, 2 separate living areas, open plan area at the back, 2 beds, 1 bath, and the luxury, Gary, of 2 off-street car parks in Eastern Kilda. That is a rarity in today's market.
It is indeed. Moultan Street is one of my absolute favourite streets in Eastern Kilda, Jeremy. And this is a terrific looking property. What a great facade and stunning home.
Gary,
this
this
is really magnificent.
if there ever was a property that could be lifted out of a Home Beautiful magazine, this is the one.
And by the way, the vendor could accompany it because I don't know whether
vendor
it's allowed to be disclosed or not.
Well, we don't need to disclose it other than to say that if she were on the pages of a magazine,
she does grace
a
the
home,
pages, I think, of the magazines.
Well,
because
someone
she's
doesn't. I'm not
magnificent.
sure if it's her.
Well, her and
but
her
she
sister, I think.
is.
She's stunning, as is the
She's
home.
very good looking.
Yeah.
And so is her partner.
Yes, he is a very handsome
I don't
man.
know that. I'm just saying that just in case he's watching and he's
Yes.
got guns coming out looking for
Exactly
us.
right. Let's get back to the property. This is
Let's.
the most stunning home. We're so
What
excited.
a very
to be selling
cool
this.
swimming pool there. It
Yeah.
kind of got this kind of Mexican.
Yeah,
It
well,
needs to be
it's-
called El something.
Yes, it is. It is a bit kind of Mexican resorty, isn't it? Yeah,
Let's
beautiful.
have a
home.
bit of El Paso about it.
Yep.
Well, you can have your prawn tacos out the back of this house, Gary, because it's got 3 bedrooms,
Yes.
2 bathroom and off-street parking for not 1, Gary, not
Yes.
2, but 3 cars.
Yes.
Big cars, proper
Indeed.
cars.
And how stunning is it internally as well?
It's
And
got
I
very
love-
cool decor too.
I love how you can look out of the pool from the bedroom, and I think it's probably more Mediterranean than Mexican. in
No,
fact.
I find it has a very Mexican feel. Perhaps a little bit of your Spanish.
Yeah, but you
I mean,
don't-
it is a Spanish mission villa home.
And no one expects a Spanish mission home, do they?
Not in Moulton Street,
not in Moulton
Gary.
Street, indeed. So we wrap up, Jeremy, here in Bolston Avenue. This is a great property at 12:30.
We are here in Bolston,
We are
Gary.
in Bolston Avenue. Take us through this home. You've
So what
chosen
unit
it as
number
our
are we,
feature home.
Gary? Because
We are
I
unit-
popped
yeah.
out to grab you here,
Yeah,
and
good on you. Good on
you
you.
were standing without your tie on, with your jacket over your shoulder,
Yeah.
and you'd obviously knocked on the door of the neighbour's house, and the
did.
young lady next door was
Yeah.
wearing her pyjamas, and a shout out to her. She opened the door as
Yeah.
I got there, and you
Yeah.
were standing there a bit dishevelled with a young girl opening the door, and I wasn't sure whether you were going in or coming out. It was a bit odd.
I looked a bit. It all looked a bit sus and
it
creepy,
was a
didn't
bit
it?
creepy,
But it
Gary.
was just that odd moment. But we are here in
11
Bolston.
at 39 Gary,
Yes,
Bolston
thank you, not
Street.
number 10.
This is a fabulous town residence,
Hey,
Gary.
I'm loving this. Really,
How good is this outdoor?
Yeah.
You've got these concertina doors that open up. You've got the outside, beautiful
Is that as
west-facing
private as
tree
I think it
line.
is? It looks like it's completely
It's about
private.
an 8-foot wall around it,
Yeah.
Gary, making sure that you are in private, yet you could bathe any way you like.
And it's
with-
sun-oriented, isn't it? Because
Well,
you've
you've
got the
got
north and
west and then
yeah.
you've got north.
That's
You've got
right.
a fabulous living area where we are now.
Yes.
Kitchen behind us,
We
separate
do.
laundry upstairs, spacious 2-bedroom study, and this really cool little balcony off the master bedroom, a central bathroom. This, Gary, is good real estate and will be keenly sought. We've had a few opens.
Yep.
And there's a bit of interest mulling around this one because it's
not
good
surprised.
quality real estate.
A worthwhile venue to be shooting the St Kilda and Bayside report at.
Absolutely.
Jeremy, local news, anything happening? I said you said something's happening. Well, it's Mother's Day, by the
Well,
way.
it's
Happy
this
Mother's
Sunday,
Day
Gary.
to
It is
your
Mother's
mother
Day.
and your lovely wife.
Yes, happy Mother's Day to Mal
Yep.
and my beautiful wife,
Mishy. Yep.
And it's this Sunday, Gary.
What's happening?
Well, I'm going to be working. That's what's
Yeah,
going to be
me
happening.
too.
And then after
Yep.
work, I'm going to go watch my son play football.
Yep.
But I've already bought my wife a present.
Did you? Oh,
Yeah.
good. Okay.
She doesn't know, and thankfully she doesn't watch this show, so I
Yep.
can say it.
Yep.
We're going to take her to Bruno Mars, Gary.
Oh wow! She doesn't
Yeah,
know yet. Oh,
she
that's
doesn't
great.
know.
Oh,
I
well,
don't
if you're a
think she knows.
friend of Mishy's, don't tell her. That's going to be
Don't.
wonderful.
But if you
Bruno's
don't go to
great.
Bruno Mars on Mother's Day, because it's a year away, so you won't be going there on Mother's Day, but you can go down to Ackland Plaza, Gary,
Yeah.
because what you're going to find is the Grease Street Project are doing something cool and quirky for Mother's Day, Gary, while supporting the local enterprise. The Grease Street Project has an initiative in St Kilda, as it says here, and they're going to empower women to get involved off the street, learning crafts, sewing, small business skills, and we're going to be, well, not we, but they're going to be selling stuff that they've put together. So that's exciting for the people of St Kilda to get down to Ackland Court and go buy yourself something, if not for you, for your mum.
And that's going to be happening on Mother's Day.
On Mother's Day, Gary, it's
Very
actually
good.
going to be happening between the 8th and 12th, but the expose, the big night of nights, the day of days is going to be Mother's Day.
Fantastic. Sounds very good, and it sounds like it's all happening.
It
St Kilda
is.
and Bayside, we love bringing you the news. The market it approaches the cool parts of the year, cool
Freezing,
time of the
Gary.
year.
Cool, what are you talking about? It's freezing.
The weather's cold, the market's hot as prices continue to rise, and clearance rates are still high.
Still strong, Gary.
Still very strong. Interest rates are low. If you're looking at buying and selling, please call this man here or me or whoever you'd like
Don't
to from our
call him,
team.
call
We would be delighted to help you. I'm Gary Peer.
I'm Jeremy Roses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.